As described in an ancient verse, when it gets warmer with gentle rains and partial sunshine, new buds shoot out after the first gentle thunder. Every year in March and April, when spring comes back in China, tea plants start to sprout. As the saying goes, good water and soil give birth to good teas. Now the tea farmers greet the harvest time of the year. It is also the busiest time for tea producers. They have developed teas of various flavors for people to drink and share by employing traditional manual techniques passed down for generations. Diverse social practices have been nurtured thereby. Traditional tea processing techniques and associated social practices in China consist of knowledge, skills and practices concerning management of tea plantations, picking of tea leaves, manual processing, drinking and sharing of tea. People in China began to pick, produce, and drink tea thousands of years ago. The Classic of Tea by the Tang scholar Lu Yu in the late 8th century is the first treatise in China, in which knowledge of tea and related practices were elaborated systematically. The element is ubiquitous in Chinese people's daily life, rituals, and festive events, providing sustainable livelihoods for people. And it is practiced, shared and valued by multiple ethnic groups.
我们的祖先都是以茶为生，衣食住行、发家起户都是靠这个茶叶的。
According to the Classic of Tea, tea is a fine plant indigenous to South China. Hundreds of varieties of tea plants are growing in south of the Qinghai Mountains and Huaihe River, and east of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, where there are 4 regions of tea producing, namely south of the Yangtze River, north of the Yangtze River, southwest China, and South China. In the long period of practices, according to natural conditions and local customs, communities, groups, and individuals concerned have developed green tea, yellow tea, dark tea, white tea, oolong tea, and black tea, known as 6 tea categories, as well as reprocessed teas like flower-scented teas. There are more than 2,000 tea products available in China. Preferences for tea vary in different places in China. For example, people in Zhejiang and Jiangsu like drinking green tea, while oolong tea is popular in Fujian and Taiwan. Inhabitants in Tibet, Qinghai, Xinjiang, and Inner Mongolia usually make buttered or milky tea with dark tea. Tea producers, tea farmers, and tea pluckers are the bearers and practitioners of the traditional tea processing techniques. Tea farmers run their tea plantations in accordance with laws of nature and ecology. Tea pluckers consist mainly of women. They do the picking and selection of tea leaves. Tea producers turn leaves into tea by applying series of techniques, including Shaoqing, enzyme inactivation, Menhuang, yellowing, Wudui, piling, Weidiao, withering, Zuoqing, leaves shaking and cooling, Fajiao, oxidation or fermentation, and Yingji, scenting. It is an arduous but amazing progress. In Chinese people's life, drinking tea is not only their habit, but a significant part of some rituals and festive events. For instance, when a visitor comes, he or she is greeted with tea. The newlyweds serve tea to their parents at weddings. These practices contribute to promoting harmony within families and among people and enhancing cultural identity and social cohesion. At the same time, the element facilitates the development of cultural expressions such as teaware making, tea songs, and tea operas. All this reflects cultural diversity and human creativity. The element is transmitted from generation to generation, mostly in traditional ways within clans, communities, and through master-apprentice relationship. Knowledge and techniques, particularly some specific skills and know-how, are transmitted among clan members. Guided by their masters, apprentices acquire relevant knowledge, skills, and know-how through participatory observation and practices. Chinese people like tea, for tea is a refreshing green drink, good for health. Chinese people love tea, for people nurture insights into and sensibility of nature and life through ritualized moments of brewing, savoring, and appraising tea. Chinese people cherish tea, for it reflects the values of modesty, harmony, comedy, and respect, and has profound influence on moral cultivation and shaping of personality. Traditional tea processing techniques and associated social practices in China has constantly facilitated exchanges and mutual learning among different civilizations, and is playing an important role in promoting the sustainable social development.